I was brought up in a very abusive home. Between my parents, there's 10 of us. Out of all of us, I was the one that was always laughing. Like I was getting beaten and I was telling jokes. Do you see how foolish you're being right now? Like I see it. And so I'm going to laugh. I'm not laughing at you, but this experience is laugh worthy. Being the person who sees the humor in the experiences as they come has a way of impacting everybody around you. So being that person, everyone around me is playful for the most part. The answer to all things is play. It doesn't matter what it is. And play can be whatever it is for everybody's different. Some people play is being in the playground, going down the slides and the swings and playing in the sand. Some people play is sculpting or cooking or whatever it is that is your highest joy. That's the point. That's your job. That's your mission. That's it. Everything else is just gravy. Everything else is cool, but it doesn't need to happen. What we're doing is we're raising the frequency of the space that we're in. And by doing that, by playing, that's what you're doing. In dance, in laughter, in crying, with tears. The tears are also another form of laughter. You can feel the same organs moving. It's beautiful.
You said how cautiousness is a cover up for fear. It's like the next other level of fear. You can hide under that for a long time, the caution. I know, I've been cautious of things too. And the cautious is fear. With play is that there's no rules. And the rules make us feel safe. And then they take us back to that point that you said, the cautiousness. I've never thought of it like that.
It's a more mature standpoint for it. You have logic.
It sounds scientific or more adult-like, just another label though, really. When you bring it back, it's the same thing. My Egyptian grandpa took me to see Bambi. It was my first film. Important for me because it was where I lost my first tooth. The thumper scene, friends meeting. The rabbit is looking at the deer going, what is wrong with his legs? And the mum comes in and says to Thumper, if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. And you can see he's all bashful and he knows that he can't judge them. That's what the rabbit mother was saying. And I feel that that's where we are this year, how important the water and the rabbit. So you have a vulnerable rabbit. Our kids try and catch the rabbit in the wild here to keep as pets, and they can't catch them. They're too smart. They've got plans. This escape route, that escape route. Also that it's a water rabbit. I never visualize a rabbit with water. A rabbit darts. It's very similar to how a river is, which brings us back to the river theory as well, is first you have the rapid and the speed of water. You can't stop the rapids. You have to go with the rapid. And then it gets to a big pond area, collection point, and the water becomes beautiful and still. And then you have the rapids again. And that's how it feels, what this year will feel like. Having understanding and not judgment and reminding ourselves of that, like Thumper.
I'm very emotional right now. You started the conversation and I just found out what that's supposed to mean. So beautiful. The water is a vessel of memory. And within this vessel of memory, it's been wrought with fear. In the Native American totem, the rabbit is the symbol of fear. What's happening is we're taking the fear away from the water and releasing it from the water. Like that's so beautiful. Like I'm just so touched. I'm crying. And what is fear? Fear is concern that you will lose something that you already have or not get something that you want. Is really what it comes down to. And there's always been this thing about water. I've always wondered what that was, and now I understand more fully. Water, the crystals of water are the holder of memory. I've always known that whale was the record keeper. The whale is known to be the ET group. And that ET group job has been to anchor this knowledge. There's always has to be someone incarnated who has that knowledge contained so it can stay here, so it can be anchored. So of course it has been distributed throughout the water. And at this point now, we're watching it become the gas that water does, but it's fear. And then when it's in the air, it makes everything feel thick and dense and really heavy. And that's not something to be alarmed about. It's now here it is. So it's your job to let it go away, just blow it away. It's trying to find where to go.
The way you described it, so they're tapping into that energy, right? Almost been like if you had an electric current, they've been stopping us there. And so now we're going, and we'll make another connection. like you said, now that it's looking for fear. So it's actually, you can feel it searching for the next possible, oh, this might work or this might work, and it's not working. And that's where it comes back to the rabbit, because yes, I agree with the fear of the rabbit, but I'm positive they bring up fertility with the rabbit. And I don't think they mean for fertility in the way of reproduction, because rabbits are known to be plague animals. The shift we had last year to now, I feel that that's what's happening with the rabbits. They're just going to multiply. In saying that, the rapids that come through. So then you get a pause, you got to get your balance through those rapids, because the rapids are intense, and that's like the big energy coming through, swirls of energy. We're connecting this to a Hollywood film, the American Indians and ETs and whales, and then water. And then you have the tears. I always talk about the tear from the fairy, or the tear from the unicorn is the last bit of the magic potion.